Hello. Let's see. We're going to add on today to finish this conversation, right? On menopause. Let's see. How do I get Bobby on here? 1 second. Long, my friend. We're going to finish this conversation about Ozempic. So let me see if he is able to jump on.
Hey, I'm on. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good to see you.
Good. Okay, so I know you're pressed for time. That's fine. I
That's
appreciate you
fine. That's
coming
fine.
on.
That's fine. I got
Um,
time for this, as they
you
say.
got
I got
time for
time for
this.
this.
So I just wanted to finish this conversation that we were
Right.
having yesterday about the Ozempic and bring you on because you too have a lot of knowledge regarding it. I know for myself, after 50, we lose muscle faster than any other time in
Right.
life unless
Right.
you are
Right.
lifting weights.
Right.
Weight is our medicine. Muscle is our medicine during this
Right.
time. And without the strength
Right.
training, I think we lose somewhere between 1 to 2% per year. So I want
Absolutely.
to finish this conversation because there are so many women out there that are wanting to do the Ozempic, the Wegovy, and they want to know the why not and all of those things. And I don't believe we're getting the truth from doctors. So if you
Right.
could jump in and kind of elaborate a little bit, I would appreciate.
Well, we all know what the GLPs do. I mean, we see a commercial every 5 minutes. We've seen it from all our celebrities. So education on what it does, we got that information, But what we're not being privy to is the long-term effects. We're not thinking about that because they're really not out there yet as far as proven tested. But as far as fitness experts like yourself and I've been for the past 20 years, and and have a lot of knowledge in that, we need to understand what are you sacrificing, right? Because a lot of us are thinking about the numbers, and that's what the doctors are so excited about. Is that when you go get your lab results and your testing on your heart rate and all your vital lab results, and they see those decreasing, they get excited about what those GLPs can do. But what we're talking about as health professionals, as fitness professionals, is one that's on the ground, getting people to their peak performance. How's that affecting your health? And that's what we're talking about, muscle mass. And muscle mass is crucial, as far as longevity, as far as you not just keeping the weight off, but keeping you healthy and keeping you feeling good. Because there's one thing I've heard a lot for people who take it. It's like, man, coach, I feel so much better. But there's a difference between feeling better and feeling good, right?
Mm,
There's a huge difference, right? Yeah, you feel better because your numbers is down, your blood sugar's down, and you feeling better than used to. But do you actually feel good? And when you think
mm,
about some of the side effects that's going on with that, the being nauseated a little bit, being constipated, what I'm saying, not having the strength. If you ask those questions, do you feel good? Do you feel good?
mm,
Do you feel good being nauseated? Do you feel good
mm,
being constipated? Do you feel
mm,
good not being strong? You know,
mm. Yeah,
that's a different conversation. You get what I'm saying?
that is true.
So feeling better and feeling good is two different things, and they
Two
need to
different
be
things.
approached two. They need to be approached two different ways, right? So
Okay.
you're going to have a lot of people. Put this team, we're not going to have people stop wanting to jump on it because it's a silver bullet to get that weight off quick. So
Mm,
so now for us, we're more invested in people's health, while we know 90% of people are invested in how they look.
mm. And at what cost?
You know what I'm saying. So
Right.
they're focused on, man, I can finally fit into this. I'm looking and basically, to be honest, that stuff really only helps you as far as how you look in your clothes. Because when you take your clothes off and you ain't got that muscle mass, there's a different story being told.
Mhm. Exactly. Which actually leads to other problems. It
The
doesn't
other
change the
problem.
body fat. It leads to other
Yeah,
problems.
yeah, 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 yeah. So when you take those clothes off after that Ozempic and OG, and you lose all that muscle mass, and that skin is sitting there sagging, there's a different story. So we can cover it up in our clothes. You know what I'm saying? But when we take our clothes off and look in the mirror, it's going to tell a real story about
Different
our
story.
overall health. You know what
So
I'm
let me
saying?
ask you this. What would you say to the person that is saying, I can't help it, like I'm at wit's end, the way it is begin to be overwhelming. It's now led to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, which that it led to me as well with
Yeah.
the sudden weight shift into my midsection. What would you say to that person that says, "Hey, I just want to do this"? Is a person that's had zero habits. They don't have those habits. They're just ready for the band-aid to be quick. What would you say to that person as far as a jump start?
Well, there's really no jump start. There's only a band-aid, right? So just because you that's the thing. Just because I lose weight doesn't mean I'm healthy, right? Doesn't mean my body is functioning at optimal level just because I lost weight, right? And what it's done is it's just got my numbers down enough so I can start participate in actually getting healthy. So that's the thing. I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of my friends. It's like when they first jumped off, they was like, "Oh, Bobby, this just helped me so I feel so good." And they was on a huge campaign to convince me, right,
Right.
that everything was going well. So I said, "Well, have you been in the weight room? Have you been working out?" Well, I'm gonna get back to it. See, that's the thing.
No, you won't.
See, that's the thing. People feel like if I if I have to work out to lose weight, I have to work out a lot. But when I take this pill, it gives me an excuse not to have to work out a lot or work out at all. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm looking good, I don't feel like I have to go in there.
Mhm. That's right.
So what is your commitment to? Is your commitment to how you look, or is your
Mhm.
commitment to your health?
Your overall health, and with zero muscle now on your body.
You know what I'm saying? And as you
Right.
get older, especially women going through menopause, that area, muscle mass is crucial.
Crucial.
It is crucial. I mean, to your blood sugars, it's crucial to your metabolic rate. It's crucial to your mood. It's
Mhm.
crucial to your functioning,
Mhm.
right?
Fat burning, all of that.
Your caliber, feeling like yourself again, right? That's what
Hmm.
that muscle does for you. That Ozempic is not going to make those type of
Oh no.
physical changes in you. It's just going to
Hmm.
get your numbers down and stop you from processing food flowing through, right?
Right.
And that's another issue I have too that I want to see the studies come out. If I'm having food slowing down, going through the natural processes of my digestive system, how much toxins are being left in my body and not being processed?
Hmm.
That's where that bloating is coming from. You
Hmm.
got toxins in there. It's
Hmm.
not hurry up and getting up out of there because it's slowly moving through.
Hmm. And that's what I
It's
was
just the
saying
bloating
yesterday.
and the gas and all that
The,
stuff,
the
you
ga-
know?
yeah, the gas and
Yeah,
the constipation.
yeah,
Ew.
yeah. You,
Who wants that?
we know that the health of the body starts in the gut.
Starting the gut.
So
Mm.
why would I want to keep waste in my gut long? Sometimes you just gotta use common sense.
Sense.
Like in some sense, like that doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah,
Right.
I might look good in my clothes, but I know secretly that something is going on and I'm not feeling good. I feel better, but I do not feel good.
Good. And there is a difference.
There's a difference.
Hmm.
And that's a
There.
conversation that needs to, they need to further have this conversation of what that means. And we just want to stop it better. Because if we stop it better, we'll keep people on the medication for life.
Right. And the whole goal, I know for me, now that I'm well into my 50s, I don't have any desire to be on medication.
Yeah, yeah.
As I age, that's not the goal.
That's not the goal. That's not the
Mm-mm,
goal to be on medication. But that's,
mm-mm.
and as you heard a couple of celebrities say, how long do I have to take it? And then they just like, well, you got to think about it as like if you have to have heart medication or diabetes medication, if you have to be on that for the rest of your life, you have to think about this drug as the same thing. So you're codependent upon this thing for the rest of your life, never getting a revelation in your mind that people have got off heart medication and diabetic medication once they got serious about
Their
being
health.
committed to their health, not
Yes.
about what they look like.
Mhm. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is because we all know, you and I know that this is really just a big band-aid.
Yeah.
Once you stop this, what happens to your weight?
Oh, it's going to jump right back because what you've done is you compromise your metabolism, and you don't have any muscle to be. Your muscle is your furnace.
Your
People
furnace.
don't understand it. It's your furnace of your body, right? So you decreasing the B2Us in that furnace. So you're not burning anything, so it's going to gain right back quickly, right?
Quickly.
And you're
Hmm.
going to be more at a deficit because you have less muscle mass.
Yes,
You
muscle.
had more muscle mass before you started the process at a heavier weight than you did at the end result.
That is true.
So
That is very true.
so even though your numbers down, you are less healthy,
Right.
right? The numbers don't tell the full picture of health,
That is
right?
true.
They just say you ain't dying sooner. That's all it's telling you.
Right.
You ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna die sooner than you would if you kept these numbers high. That's all it's telling you.
That's
You see
all
what
it's
I'm
telling
saying?
you.
You know, but
Right.
but as far as functioning and performance, you still haven't tapped in 75% of it,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So you really have to be committed, like, to health, right? And it's a lot of, like I said, we talked about this earlier. It's a lot of psychological barriers when it comes to health, right? Health, and you know, I talked to a lot of my clients about this too, because I'm more on the life coaching side of it. Health is specific to you, right? It's unique to you in your own journey and your own path. When you start comparing this to everybody else, that's when you get in trouble.
That's where you get in trouble. This is true.
So looking at your body as a woman and understand, especially, you know, on this side, I'm more coaching people on this side of 50 than I am before because at 50 you just look at the world different. You just like, I am who I am. This is who I am. This is this.
Right.
Ain't no change and
It's
yada yada.
different.
So at this point in menopause age, this is your second act. This is why I want to encourage a lot of women out there, hopefully listening. This is your second act. This is your second chance to do it better,
To do it better.
right? To do it better, to look at yourself better, to accept yourself better, to understand this is who you are. Instead of trying to change it, you trying to maximize it.
Maximize it. Be the
Your
best
body,
version of
your best
myself.
version of, but see, it's the thing. We talk about the best version of ourselves, but we think about that term as something, as the person inside of us. But we
Hmm.
don't. But we got to be honest. When we talk about the best version of ourselves, the first thing we're gonna think about is the person that's in the mirror that we're looking at. It's our image. That's what's going to determine if I'm going to be proud about the person in the inside is what I look like. Am I comfortable with the person that's in the mirror? What I look like? Am I fully accepting of that? Have I cheated that? Have I not gave it all? Put all my effort into it. Have I not been appreciative that God has made me this size and what I look like? And have I really explored how to maximize how I've been made?
Yeah.
Skinny, go back to the old term, big bone. You
Big
know what I'm
bone.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I got more glutes, got more thighs.
Right, right, right.
Instead of trying to change that, how can I maximize that? How can I have a different perspective of what that means and what that can become? We don't think
Mm.
about that. All we
No.
do is all we do is look at somebody else like, why can't my thighs be like that? Why can't my butt be like that? Why can't my
Hmm.
back be like that? Why come this? No, no, no. There's a journey with every body type that you have that is there for it to be beautiful, for it to be amazing, to be able to be like, man, I've never seen somebody with a lower half that size look that amazing. It
Hmm.
just never crosses your mind. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right,
we,
right,
but
right.
but when we do see it, we acknowledge it because the first time we saw Serena before she started getting on this GLP, and we saw somebody that big, you see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
she literally maximized her size
Her
that
side.
that went against the
Hmm.
norm of what a woman
Hmm.
should look like.
Hmm.
and everybody said, "Man, that's the finest woman I've seen." You see what I'm saying?
She looked
She
amazing.
maximized it.
She looked amazing.
She maximized it, right?
Yeah.
She had everything that we run from: big
Yeah.
butt, big thighs,
Yeah.
big back, big arms,
Hmm.
but she maximized it.
Weight
So
training.
we wait, but she did. She researched. She found, how can I maximize how I look? And once you start getting on that path and journey, you're gonna start making right choices. You're gonna make long-term choices,
Right.
not not
Absolutely.
not silver bullet choices.
Absolutely.
If that
I
makes
love
sense.
it. I love it.
That makes sense.
Absolutely 100%. I
Yeah,
am.
I back you 100% on this. I understand what's going on as far as the doctors. I understand the pressure they're on. I understand it's like, hey, we just try to get people healthy. I get it, right? I understand the pharmaceuticals. You try to make this money. I
Mhm,
get it. You know what I'm saying? But for
mhm,
us, we got to start thinking about, our own journey and take our own accountability
mhm,
path, of getting there.
mhm.
You know,
And the thing
so
about it is, I like what we said earlier, like, yeah, your metabolism and the muscle that you already have before you make that decision, it's there. We have to maximize it. We
you have
have
to
to train
maximize
it differently. We have to eat different. So,
it.
yes, it's going to take a little work, but I promise you, you're not broken. You just need to shift what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
just be
it. But
committed to it. Be
and be committed to it. But adding something that's actually going to take it more, take the muscle away even more is, yeah,
Mhm.
baffling to me.
Right, right, right.
Baffling.
It's amazing to me because I listen to your lives a lot, especially talking about menopause and really watching women at this age really get excited and putting all the effort in understanding their bodies.
Hmm.
It's like you almost be like, why did it take y'all this long? It seems like y'all get more excited at this age. We're like, what is how does my body actually work?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How does it actually work? You know what I'm saying? Instead of what people tell me or how I'm trying to cheat it, what I'm trying to put in it to look like what they say I should look like. I wanna learn about me.
Right.
How exciting a journey is that?
Yeah.
How liberating is that?
Hmm.
That
And it
you be
changes the focus. It
it
changes the
changes your
focus.
focus. Yeah, that
Yes.
that I'm important. Right? Not meeting somebody other's expectation. I'm
Right.
important. My body is important. And all of a sudden, it almost feels like women are taking ownership of their bodies at this age more than I've ever seen.
Yes, I have seen that.
That's exciting.
That's
So so
exciting.
so so wrapping this back around to the point of this conversation, that's what this journey should be about. This is
Hmm.
your opportunity to really look at yourself in the mirror, look at your body, and make a determination of, hey, I got 30, 35 years left. What
Hmm.
do I want to do with this thing?
Hmm. How do I want to
And
age?
how do I
Right.
want to do it? How do I want to
Hmm.
age? And
How
I'm
do I
gonna take
want
on.
to?
I'm gonna take ownership of that. I'm
Yes.
not. I'm not gonna let a pharmaceutical company take ownership of that. I'm not even
Definitely
gonna
not
let
the
my doc.
FDA.
I'm not even gonna let my doctor take ownership of that.
Mm-mm. No.
You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my
Mm-mm.
own due
Do
diligence,
your
my
research.
own
Due diligence.
research. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna put a thought in people's mind what we talked about earlier. We have a huge campaign over here about saying obesity is a disease, right? Let's do some critical thinking.
It's not a disease, but okay.
Let me tell you, let's do some critical thinking. I don't see that outside this country.
No.
So why are we calling it that? And then outside of the country, they it's not even a thought. Why?
But we've normalized it.
Because we normalize it, and
We
then
normalized it.
once you depended upon somebody saying this is who you are, you stop working for something different.
Hmm. Yep. The work goes right out the door because we just accept the
We just
lesser.
accept the lessons. Well, this is who I am.
Hmm.
This is what they told me.
Instead
So
of
this
taking a strong look into the mirror of our choices, the things that
that's
we are doing.
we're doing right, and understanding why we have those urges, why we can't stop eating, why we want sugar. And if you look at it, what we talked about earlier offline, look at the foods we're eating. right? Look at the same ingredients that we're allowed to have in our food compared to other countries.
To the other country.
They have additives in our food that's causing us cancer. They have additives in our food that cause us to not stop eating. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that they have additives in our food to change us chemically of how we think about food.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening here in America. They ban those things in other countries.
Mm-hmm. But we're okay with it.
Yeah,
That's the
so that's
thing.
why they look different than us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a disease to them.
Mm-hmm. And getting to a place of maturity where you're not allowing your taste buds to dictate your whole life.
Absolutely,
Just
absolutely.
a little
Yeah,
maturity there.
yeah. Maturity, and you got to educate. What am I putting? Sometimes, like you say, well, when they say disease, they try to, they're convincing you that this thing is out of your control. Okay,
And,
okay, I'm gonna give you that. So, what am I eating that's taking that control away from me?
mm-hmm.
What type of products and what type of additives are they adding in that food that's taking that choice away from me?
Mm-hmm.
Then I need to stop eating that.
I need to
So that
stop
means I,
doing
I, I need to stop educating myself on everything that I put on in my body, right?
it. Mm-hmm.
That's taking that power and control away from me to control myself at the table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a thought, isn't it?
That is a huge thought.
That takes a little effort, huh?
It takes a little
That
effort.
that that takes you caring about yourself.
Yourself requires a little bit more out of you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what it does. That's what. Or you could take the easy way out, and you're gonna pay for it. But put it this
At
way.
some point. Mm-hmm.
Put it this way. They're gonna have a drug for that downfall too. So
Mm-hmm.
so to keep you going, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's the work.
Mm-hmm. This is the truth.
True
This is
true
the
true
truth.
health. True a journey of true health is always going to champion your independence.
Yes.
So that's why I try to give people when they talk about, your health journey, what it should look like. If you on a real journey of health, it's always going to champion you towards independence.
Mm-hmm.
If it's going to push you towards dependence, that's when you need to start pushing back.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
right.
start
No, you're
asking
right.
questions, right? And
Yeah,
that's in anything.
that is
That's
true.
in anything you get involved in. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Right, right,
So
right.
yeah. So that's a
I
that's a
appreciate
conversation for another day.
you.
You know what I'm saying? But you understand what I'm saying? That makes sense.
No, I feel you. Yes. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Thank you so much, Bobby. I call you Big Bobby, but I know
All
everybody else
right.
calls you Bobby. Thank you so
No
much for coming
problem. No
on
problem.
and bringing this conversation full circle. And hey, if you guys want to continue to talk about it, that's great. I woke up with an overwhelming amount of responses, so I was like, "Ooh, let me call Big Bobby. He can jump in on this
What
with me."
what were the top three responses you got? I'm
The
curious.
main top three was what is wrong with it if you're just going to do it as a jump start. Yeah, we
Mhm.
covered that. The other thing was who at this age, this was three of them. At this age, what difference does it make if we're losing our muscle? At least we feel better.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right.
Feel
Okay.
better. Feel better versus feeling good. Go
Feel
ahead.
better. Right. And
Yeah.
then I think the last one, which I got a couple of those too, was basically just, hey, just 6 months on, 6 months off.
Mhm.
What would be the issue with that? What if the weight comes back? I give my body a break and then I just take it again. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, what cycle are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 You can't. This thing is set up for you to be on it forever.
For a
So
lifetime. It's a
so so
huge band-aid.
so you got to think that how they constructing this drug is to make sure your body is dependent upon it for a lifetime.
Hmm.
They're, they're not setting this drug up so you can have an escape hatch.
No.
They're not putting all this money into
Mm-mm.
this so you can have an escape. So you got to think about the business too of
The
what they're
business
doing.
side of it. Yeah, they're making
Yeah, yeah.
money.
They don't want you to have escape hatch. They want you to
And
be
they
in a
don't care
position.
about your health.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
don't
So
get that
they,
twisted.
they know that 90% of the people that's taking this drug do not work out regularly.
Do not
They do
work out
not,
regularly.
and they do not eat right. They know that. They know
Yes.
that. So they trying to take that off the table for you, and they say, hey, with our assistance, you don't have to worry. You don't have to burden yourself with working out and eating right. So
Hmm.
we'll take that burden off of you if you just stay in
If
relationship.
you just
If you stay in relationship with us for the rest of your life.
with us for the rest of your life.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That
No
that
responsibility of your own.
no responsibility. So that's the relationship, and they try to push. So if you look at that, so the first one about the people who want to jumpstart, this is the thing you got to understand. The jumpstart, anytime you jumpstart on this, you thought to actually get through it, to actually to be ahead of it, or walk alongside with it, or you tried to, like, I'm trying to game it. That's basically their mindset. I'm trying to get this drug so I can give me a little jump start, lose a little weight, and then I can get back on. Okay, if you trying to game it, that means what Tina told you how you need to work out before you got on it, you're going to have to work out 3 times as hard, because
Hmm.
you're going to be losing that much muscle
That
mass in the
much muscle.
process.
Right.
So when she told you got to come in 1 time today, you're going to have to come in 3.
Right.
If you really want to do the jump start strategy, so you won't be caught at the end of the bag with your pants down. You see what I'm saying? If you don't want to
Right.
get caught, if you want to get caught, you know what I'm saying? Where you lost your muscle mass, metabolism is down,
Strength.
all is
Yeah.
down. You want to caught in a deficit. That means if you trying to beat it and it don't beat you, that means you're gonna have to work out 3 times as hard.
That's
That
right.
means you're gonna have to eat 3 times as right. That means your protein intake is gonna have to be higher. That means your discipline on the side that I was already trying to get you on,
Mm-hmm.
you see what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be three
Mm-hmm.
times as harder.
It's
So
going to
what's your
be through
choice?
something.
So what's your
Yeah.
choice?
Right. Yeah.
So
Pick your poison.
so if you want to beat the jumpstart method, that's what's going to be required.
That is right.
But that's not their mindset. Their
Hmm.
mindset is so I can take it, so I can do less. Their
Yeah.
whole idea is that I can take this and I can have less responsibility in my health. And that's the thing that people have to be honest about.
Be honest about. Yeah. Don't want to do the work.
No one do the
Just
work.
got to do the work. Put the
Yeah,
weights in.
yeah. But
But it
again,
is.
like I said, to change people's mindset in this second half of their life is a getting excited about it. Getting
Yeah.
excited is you have a second chance to do it better.
Second chance to do it better. No better, do better.
Yeah, yeah,
No better, do better.
yeah, yeah.
Yay.
That's right.
Thank you, Bobby. I
Okay,
appreciate you.
no problem. You have a great one. And hey, we need to do this more.
Okay.
We
Let's
can
do it.
talk about a whole lot of stuff.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot we can talk about.
Yeah. Especially getting to the psychological part of people change their mindset and taking
Yeah.
care of themselves.
That mind.
We really need to get into a lot of mind conversations. I would love to have it.
Absolutely. We'll do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold you
Take care.
to it.
Yeah,
Love you
I'm
much.
serious.
Have
I'm
a
serious.
great
Let's
day.
do it. All right. Take care. Bye
Okay.
bye.
All right. Bye bye. All right, guys. I'm super excited that he jumped on. I hope that helped you to see what our viewpoints are on this whole Ozempic, GLP-1, Wegovy, that whole deal, what it's doing to the muscle mass, what's happening to your body after 50. Like I said in the beginning, we are already losing muscle faster than any other time in our life. If you're not doing the lifting, yeah, without the strength training, we're losing 1 to 2% per year after 50. Think about that picture. I really want you to get that picture in your mind of what is happening to our bodies when we're doing and trying to take these shortcuts and put on these huge band-aids. They don't fix anything. It's not fixing anything. And this is why you'll have that look where it's more of a round look. We talked about that. It's more of a round look. It's more of, I'm sorry that the sun is probably all up in the way, but it's more of a round look. It's more of rounded shoulders, rounded belly. We're already getting the belly, the mena belly. Yeah, well, we have to fight that, guys. We have to fight it. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. Does it get harder as you go? Yes, it does. I'm just going to tell you the truth. It does. However, if you go ahead and develop that now, that won't be our issue. That's not going to be our issue. If we're putting in the work now, if we're understanding how our bodies work, if we're understanding the higher protein, that if we understanding the 1.8 per body weight, if we're getting that protein up, how much better we feel just without the shots. Zero side effects. My bad. Excuse me. The side effect is the muscle, the lean muscle, the increased metabolism. That's the side effect. So if we're doing that, like, yeah, it's just a better situation. So I hope those nuggets helped you. That's the whole point of this platform. Love you guys so much. We're going to keep this conversation going. Definitely on menopause. That's the season I'm in, and that's the season I'm wanting to reach out and help other women with. But yeah, love you so much. Don't forget to smile, and don't forget to join my community on school. I will see you on the next live. Be blessed.